Now, this video, again, unprompted live because I tend to almost never do prompted lives. Last night was just ridiculous. Okay, I want to start with saying some of the people involved, honestly, I've gotten one apology from somebody, so that is good. And it should be fine. So I will leave their name out of this, but last night I was on Novitaz's live stream, as you can see me on Sundays. Actually, every other week I tend to be on Novitaz's live stream. It's an automotive podcast. It's awesome. I love being there, and at the same time, you know, there was another live stream going on. That live stream was 615 Customs. Now, and there's nothing, wrong with doing two live streams at the same time. Totally fine, whatever. It's kind of annoying, but again, whatever, right? Not too concerned about that. But it was what they did in the live stream, because there was a few of them. Like, because basically what happened was they came over to our live stream, and their intention wasn't to troll, but they ended up trolling in the end. And it was really frustrating. They created a fake account, which now they're actually apparently using, but it was physically made on their live stream. You can go watch it and see that they're doing this. Called Trash Crew Content, I think it was, or Trash Content Crew. Yeah, that's what it was. And they put up a fake picture on it, and thumbnail from Cletus. And the thing is, there was, I think, about 8 of them or so that decided to hop in, at least. And they were just kind of egging on a little bit in the chat. They were trolling, and then eventually got to the point where we just had enough. Because, no, I was hiding comments. I was pissed. Like, you can watch their live, and they mention it, that I was not happy one bit last night. Concerning them. And it was making it hard to actually do the live, because it's like, guys, enough. And they will claim that they were helping, whatnot. No, I'm sorry, nothing. I don't care. And Sean's the same way from Novitaz. We don't care that, if you're watching our live stream, like, it's awesome. I love when people watch my live stream. I love when people are interactive. But when you're just trying to troll and get a reaction and stuff like that, that's not helpful. I don't care about the watch time at that point. It's not anything like that. And, and I see viewers coming in and out, and I completely understand. You probably, and I'm not trying to cause any drama or anything like that. I'm just addressing what happened last night. And that's all I'm doing. And as well, like, there were so many people, because there was stuff with Cletus, there was Robert's Garage, there was Big Block 402, we had Monster Rust in there as well, 615 Customs, I think Bryce jumped in at one point too, and it's just, no. And I don't do well with confrontation at all. Like, I physically shake, I get upset, not just mad, but towards the end I'll start to cry. And that happened last night, I'm not gonna lie. After we were all done and everything, me and Sean started to watch their live stream after ours was already done, and see, okay, what exactly prompted them to do this and whatnot. And yeah, it started out for them as a fun kind of, hey, we're just gonna go bomb the channel type idea in a fun way, but it ended up just being trolling, right? Because, like, there's one thing if, and I want to be big enough to where I can bomb somebody's channel. And what I mean by that is, like, send a bunch of people over and just put in kind of a fun message or whatever for them from me, right? And be like, hey, we're just we're supporting you, here you go. But, I'm not big enough to do that yet. But that's not what they were doing, right? And it's so unfortunate. These are people that I thought honestly were really cool and everything like that. But now, no. And especially after this morning, too. Because I confronted Cletus with a message and he just kind of shrugged it off and he's just like, whatever. And then Robert's Garage went on a tirade with me. And it's like, Jesus, dude. And he doesn't see anything wrong. He thinks he was helping. Like, no, it's not helpful doing that sort of stuff. So, yeah, I just wanted to get that out of the way. And I definitely appreciate you guys coming into the chat here and listening to me kind of vent this way. But at the same time, it's like, I'm just putting out a statement, right? Am I upset? Yeah, I am. But am I gonna do anything else about it? No. Because as well, like I mentioned, that they were live streaming what they were doing in the chat and everything from Novitaz's channel, which is technically copyright infringement and defamation. You're not allowed to do that without permission. So yeah, it's not a pretty sight right now. And I don't know when this is going to simmer down. Now, I have gotten actually one of the people there. They want out of this completely. They do not want to be a part of it. They apologized to me, which I was very grateful for. And, you know, it did actually get me a little emotional that somebody actually apologized and stuff like that, because it is just one of those things. I'm actually a very emotional person. But, you know, it's just, God. You know, because there's a certain level of trolling that I can handle, but last night was just way too much. And if you want to go see exactly what happened, you can go into you kind of have to watch both. 615 Customs, it was prime time live with Robert's Garage. And then there was Novitaz's live stream from last night, which is season 3, episode I think 26, maybe 27, I can't remember for sure. And you know, that's like his weekly lives. So, you know, and what's sad though about this is because okay, we all essentially came from Sean's channel. We all stem from his lives, right? We've just about all of us have been on his lives at least once. I've been on there multiple times since I think like April, or even potentially earlier than that. And you know, it is kind of sad, and you think that there would be a little more respect. Because, like, the thing is, if you're doing a live at the same time, you know, it would be nice to have a little more respect and do it earlier in the day or later or whatever. But starting it at the exact same time when you know, it's just one of those deals, right? But that's okay. Again, I'm not really getting into that whole side of it. And I want no part of this, but because I was in the live stream, people are dragging me into it. And that was the problem because I was the first guest on Sean's channel and I was there for the long haul. You know, Teen Mechanic was there as well. And we had Rockabilly Customs. Rockabilly Customs, he was contributing to the chat a bit, like, you know, actually talking, but he was making shirts for his, you know, his merch, right? At the same time, he was doing the screen printing and it was kind of cool. But, you know, it was fine, right? And it's just, oh, God. You know, I don't like feeling like this. I don't like being like this. Actually, like, when I got the messages from Robert, and I'm not going to explain what he said as much, but it's just like, my hands by the end of it were physically shaking, and I just had to kind of breathe and relax, and I'm okay now. I'll probably end up actually going to one of my favorite spots here in town and just enjoying myself after this live because I'm gonna need it. I was actually tempted to set up the live there, but no, it's fine. I keep getting these notifications that I'm being outbid on stuff at the auction, which I mean it's fine. I put low bids on them just for craps and giggles and see what happens. But yeah, so just a little PSA of just be careful when associating with any of them, right? Especially right now. Like Robert, I always saw him as a good guy and he was always shouting out other channels, but you know, last night and this morning kind of showed a little differently of what people can do And yeah, they were all under the influence. Absolutely, I'm quite positive of that. But it doesn't excuse anything. And then to go this morning and keep at it, just no. Um, but anyways, that's kind of what I wanted to get out. Now we can move on to more positive subjects. Because actually, something that's coming to the channel, you may have seen the teaser that I put on, actually it was on TikTok and on Instagram. It's a 2010 Mazda Speed 3. I did a full film of that. It was fantastic. This was Saturday. Um, you know, Lisa and her boyfriend JP came up and we had a good time. We did some rollers of my car, did some rollers of his, and we also took his Speed 3 on one of my favorite roads to drive here in town, which, if you guys know, that road that I mentioned in one of my point of view videos, which was spotting a Dodge Demon and driving the twisties. Actually, I think I may have gotten the title wrong, but basically that's what it said. That's one of my favorite roads. And that video has like over 1,000 views actually. And my last video yesterday has blown up, and I can't believe all the positivity and amazingness I've gotten from that. Now I've gotten some negativity and bullcrap too. You know, there's been some sexist comments and whatnot. But the thing is, you know, and that's par for the course, right, of what I deal with. But after that live stream, I went to check my Facebook, and I had 146 notifications from mostly that video, which is honestly incredible, you know. And just seeing all of that and trying to go through all of it at about 2 in the morning, which was a little difficult, and it's still going now. Like, that video has over 2,100 views now, and it's still going, you know. And I absolutely thank every single one of you who have been supporting me and watching my channel and everything. You've all made my life a hell of a lot better, for sure. But I'm getting tired of trolling and stuff like that, and especially just after the other day when everybody got hit and there was people visibly upset, and it's still doing it, right? And it's just like, oh, God, you know, it's just sad. It is sad, but that's okay. That's okay. Yeah. Oh God, do I even want to know what that sounds? Okay, I don't care about that. Oh, great. Yeah, there's still a bunch of stuff happening in the background that, oh, jeez. You know, and it's just, this is just upsetting. And I kind of let my buddy Roy know about what happened. And just to be careful, you know, and I'm telling some other YouTubers that I know, hey, just be careful, right? I'm not saying don't associate with these people, but just be careful when you're around them because stuff like this can happen. And, you know, it's just sad. It is sad. But what can you do, right? What can you do? But, you know, this weekend has been pretty fantastic other than that little crap last night. And, you know, like, and even something on the Civic too, if you didn't see my little, I think I did a YouTube short on that, is I put the back seat back in because, and I had the back seat out due to the fact that there is a fuel line in behind the back seat that had a fuel filter, and I just never put the line back together because we just deleted that fuel filter. Because why do you need a fuel filter on the back and one up front? It's, I don't want to take the seat apart to replace my fuel filter, right? So yeah. But it's all good. You know, and now also the interior is kind of back together. And hopefully I can get it running properly very soon. And then get the brakes functional and drive her around a little bit. Because I would like to drive that car to a car meet here in town before the snow flies, right? Even though it does have winter tires, it'll be fine. But just one of those deals. But well, it's yeah. And sometimes plans they go the way you want, and other times they don't, and it's totally fine. Um, that's why I typically don't get excited for stuff because when it goes wrong, I just get visibly upset, and it's not pretty. But it is what it is. Um, but yeah, I'm not sure really what else to say at the moment. I'm just unhappy with how everything went down. And hopefully this will blow over and stuff like that, but I don't think it will. I heard that Robert is doing a live to try and call out Sean, and it just I hate drama so much. And I'm not trying to be a part of it either. I am just trying to be here, have fun on my YouTube channel, and yeah, and I'm being dragged into this crap, and it just I don't need this, right? But oh well. I definitely appreciate the 5 of you that are currently watching though. I wish I knew who you were, but that's okay. You don't have to comment or anything like that. And all of my lives thus far have been just me talking into the camera and, trying to address chat for things and whatever else. And actually, I should live chat. There we go. Change that to live chat, not just top comments. And also for any of you watching, that I see 5 viewers and 2 likes. If it would be awesome if you can hit the like button. If not, no worries. I'm not too worried about it, but just helps me out a little bit. Helps out the algorithm, stuff like that. But yeah. And I hopefully have some more exciting stuff coming down the pipeline. Like there's a video that is going to be released sometime this week. Actually on a 56 Chevy, that's been abandoned since 79 essentially. So that's cool, honestly. And I can't wait to unveil that video for you guys. The Mazda Speed video is a little unorthodox for me, but that was fun to film as well. And the one time I've actually kind of had a camera person, kind of. At the end, my friend Lisa just pressed the stop record button. So but hey, I didn't. It's the only video I've ever had that I didn't just walk around and press the button when the video was finished. So that was honestly kind of cool. But and it was nice to see her again. I haven't seen her in months. So and seeing his car actually because I hadn't seen it before. But as well, I gifted, although I guess it's gonna be gifted back to me after it's done, which cool. I just don't have a place to put it, but it's gonna be cool. Is a whatchamacallit? Well, here's the thing, Shopcat. The person who made the trash content crew, that was Cletus. So yeah, and I mean, and obviously that original troll though from that didn't hit any of our lives or anything like that, that just hit everybody's account. It's obviously somebody in our circle. It's guaranteed to be that because they knew some ins and outs of some of our stuff and they followed everybody's accounts. So, no old school, and actually I appreciate you coming out as well. But no, okay, I'll just explain what happened last night very quickly because I explained it earlier, but I'll do it again. So last night I was in Novitaz's live stream, and what happened was that we were having a good time, good chat, whatever else, but then we got trolled by the people who were in 615 Customs live stream, and actually we do have a screenshot to say, hey, you need to comment on there to be part of trash. Well, see, now, why? I do want to know who the original troll was. And I know the original troll wasn't Cletus. That I do know because Cletus got hit too. Um, yeah, but this new troll account was Cletus. They made it live on camera, so there was no denying that. Um, and yeah, so anyways, but basically they were just trolling us. They were trying to egg us on in the chat, blah blah blah. And it just got to a point where I was just deleting comments and not really caring anymore because it's just like I'm done with it. I'm a moderator over in his lives. So yeah, and absolutely. And like I've gotten an apology from one of the people, but Robert right now, he is on the warpath and it's not pretty. Um and because last night actually, oddly enough, that whole thing that happened, that's technically copyright infringement as well as defamation because there was no permission given to show that live stream on somebody else's channel, right? Oh, hey, Manny. Definitely appreciate it. Yeah, and actually, that's the guy who, yeah, I met him at car show a few weeks ago. He's got a sweet EG Civic actually hatchback. Um, but yeah, and then basically it just went on and on and on, and I was pissed. If you want, like, you can watch the live stream if you want to. You can watch theirs as well and see exactly what happened because all the evidence is there. Because it started out as kind of a fun little, um, playful and thing, but it ended up being hostile and it just wasn't necessary. And Robert right now is trying to claim that it was helpful, but what is helpful about a bunch of people coming in and trolling? There's nothing helpful about that because they hijacked the stream, right? Yeah, and I'm sorry, old school. I am gonna get to your comments. I just want to kind of explain this for everybody else here that is jumping in. Um, and yeah, it's just, it's sad. It's very sad. And I hope to God this blows over. But I don't think it's going to. Like, this is, and I know apparently Robert is going to be live talking about Sean's bullcrap and whatever else and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, was there one thing mentioned that like it got a lot of people upset over there? Yeah, it is. And I totally understand, but I mean, I was upset, Sean was upset, you know, and yeah, it just wasn't a good time. And and the thing is, because I'm upset too, because like I didn't give them permission to have me on camera at that point. Also, like, because on YouTube for some of that stuff, there is that, and there's that whole defamation and copyright. Because again, you don't have the rights. It's like if somebody took any of your videos and rebroadcast it on their channel without your permission, you're not allowed to do that, and there could be some serious consequences happen, and that might happen. So yeah, I'm just kind of playing this by ear. I'm trying to stay out of it, but sadly I'm in the middle of it now, and it's sad. I don't want to be, but here I am. But yeah, so okay, let me go back to the chat here. Live chat, here we go. So I just noticed that, okay, old school spotted a VW Rapid. Oh, that's cool. And a $500 record at Value Village. That's interesting. I never thought they sold anything that expensive. Ooh, well, hey, hopefully that works out for you, Shopcat, because that would be really cool. Yeah. And currently I don't have like really much animosity or anything like that towards anybody really at the moment. I mean, Robert really did upset me this morning, with just messaging me all those messages and whatever. But again, I just don't want to get into it as much. But yeah. But aside from that, this weekend's been fantastic. well, it is what it is. Um, yeah, and actually, potentially tomorrow, I might be filming some AMCs. Specifically, there is two AMXs and one Javelin that I might get to film, and who knows? If I'm really lucky, I might get to drive. I'm not sure on that one. I hope to, but I'm not expecting anything. So, fingers crossed on that. And hopefully it all works out tomorrow. Because then if it doesn't, it's fine. We'll get together another time and I'll get there. There's still a bunch of videos I need to do. I still need to get up to Edmonton and do that review on the Supra too. Oh, hey, Project Time. No worries. I completely understand. And some people as well will just watch my video, like my lives, um, and like they're just eating or something like that, and they just want to listen, and that's totally fine too, right? And I love AMC's too. AMC is one of my favorite car companies, to be honest, because like they just did something. They took everything from like because they were there was the big three, right? You had GM on top at the time, followed by Ford, and then followed by Chrysler. But then below that, you had AMC, which AMC started as a conglomeration between Hudson and Nash. They combined and they created American Motor Company. And there was supposed to be actually a bigger conglomeration than that because it was supposed to be, if I remember everything right, it was supposed to be Studebaker, Nash, Hudson. I'm trying to remember the other brands that were supposed to be involved in this because this was all talked about in about 1953. There was I think two or three more. Anyways, they were supposed to be part of this conglomeration, but instead didn't. Yeah, I can imagine that. Actually, wait, which car had the triangle door handles? I'm trying to remember. Because on the AMCs, I know that the Javelin and the AMX had the conventional door handle. But which one had the which one had the triangle? Because I can't remember, to be honest. Yeah. Because I know my AMCs quite well, but door handles I'm not as familiar with. But and actually one of the rarest cars I ever saw in person, which is kind of funny, it sold at the last auction because I'm bidding on stuff right now, but I'm probably not going to win them because I've been outbid on a lot of stuff. Oh, okay. Um, yeah, I mean, I have heard actually that the door handles breaking on those quite a bit, but also Chrysler had that issue too when it came to the L body vehicles. That the inside of the door for the door handle would break and you couldn't get into your car, or it would just wear out a lot and you'd have to replace it inside. But basically, you'd have to like body check the door while you're pulling it to open the door. Oddly enough, there's a couple cars out of Greg's that they're both Chrysler L bodies that have that issue. Um, and it's a typical thing. Um, you know. Why? There you go. Nice. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. And actually, Eagle SX4, I really want one of those. They're such a cool car. And, what's interesting about AMC is they kind of brought four-wheel drive into the mainstream. Um, because like the if I remember correctly, the first mass-produced four-wheel drive wagon was the AMC Eagle. Now the Oh, no worries, old school. See you around. I appreciate you coming by for a little bit. Um, and yeah, and what's interesting though is, okay, all the cars that were essentially the same from AMC, because you had the Spirit, because it first started out with the Hornet, then it went to the Spirit, the Eagle, the Concorde, I believe, was slightly bigger, but I still think it was on the same sort of platform, and it did have similar styling to it. And what was the last one? I can't remember what the last one was, but cool. And I mean, I like the styling of them, but I understand if you don't. That's totally cool. I like some weird stuff altogether. Yeah, see the Combach, it's kind of funny with that because they essentially took the back end off of a Gremlin and put it on the Eagle. And it, oh god, that was not a good styling feature. Like I like a Gremlin, but oh come on, jack up a Spirit with some 35s and send it. Just reminds me of Roadkill when they bought that. It was an old um rally car, and it was an AMC Hornet. You know. Oh, for sure. I totally get that. Um, yeah, like, and I'll eventually come across one, I'm sure, but it's been a bit since I've seen one. Like, yeah, I've seen one at a car show. Oddly enough, there was a guy that had an AMC Eagle wagon. At Show Your Rival Brandon. It was a actually good shape, but it did need a little bit of attention, but it wasn't that bad, to be honest. And yeah, and I love AMC. It's one of my favorite companies. For me, like I say, I'm a Mopar / AMC chick, but I happen to own a Ford. Even though I do like Fords and I like Chevys and I like Pontiacs and Oldsmobiles and all that stuff, but my main like loves are Mopars and AMCs. So, and you can give me not quite any AMC because there was the whole AMC Renault Reliance that I will never touch one of those. Although technically I have touched one, but I didn't buy it. There was one actually at the auction out in Olds, which you can actually see that in my walk around video of the auction. But that car was a convertible too, and it needed a new top, something severe. But other than that, it was actually in good shape overall. But you're gonna have to get that top custom made because I doubt you can find one. And when it's all said and done, I mean, okay, you have a maybe $800 car that you have a $2,000 top into. It's not really worth it, right? Unless you can build your own out of canvas, then it might be worth it at that point. But it's one of those deals. I think it sold for like $400, and somebody's gonna enjoy it. I assume. Was it? I don't know. Oh hey, Novitas, how's it going? Yeah, the man of the hour when it concerns the live stream last night. I've kind of moved on from the live stream stuff, but I did mention it a few times here, and it is ridiculous. And like Robert went on a tirade with me. I didn't put the messages in the chat, but yeah, he definitely has. And hopefully, hopefully you're doing okay because it's been rough. I mean, even this morning, I was visibly shaking too when it came to getting those messages. And, it's just like, I don't need this crap, nor do you. We're both here just to have, I understand that. I at least got one apology, so I'm happy about that, but. And it's still going to continue. That's the sad part, because nobody's backing down. Not that I expect you to, especially, because it was defamation of your brand and everything that happened last night. So, yeah. Well, hopefully it all works out, and hopefully this blows over soon and stuff like that. I'm sure it's not going to, but I have my fingers crossed that we won't be talking about this come the next live stream. But if it happens, it happens, right? And I hope it's not the case. But yeah, it's been a rough night for sure. Yeah, that's fair. And I think that's the best thing to do. Don't try and physically involve yourself in their little squabble as much because they're just gonna keep going and going and going. And yeah, Yeah, see, and actually, Novitas Shopcat actually was in their live stream after the fact, and he didn't really realize what happened, so he's kind of out of the situation. But you know, and it's sad. It is very sad. But you know, it's all good. And we'll figure this out as it goes along. And like I said, hopefully it'll blow over, and you know, we won't be talking about this in a week, right? We might be mentioning it, but like not, hey, it's on our minds right now, right? We have other stuff to talk about. But it is what it is. And there's not a ton we can do about it right now. I just gotta sit and wait. And you know, it's kind of interesting that because with Robert, you know, doing that live, I can't even remember where that was gonna be, 750 or whoever the hell it was. That you know, and he's gonna slander you, which and it's sad. Because like yeah, and you know, he's gonna. It sounds like he's gonna slander you. But I'm curious if he's gonna try and slander me, and if he does, well, there's a ton of people that will back me up on anything, and you know, I don't care. Like even if I didn't have, for example, like Sean here, because he will back me up too. But and if he does, oh well, you know, this is my channel is growing at an exponential rate at the moment. My latest video has exploded in popularity. So, you know, in the past about 3 days or so, I've gotten over 30 subscribers. It's been insane. Yeah. And they pretty much did, like right off the bat, they started. And it started as like, okay, it was, you know, whatever. I knew they were trolling, and that's why I didn't address it. Because when you bring in a channel called Trash Content Crew, I'm sorry, at that point you were trolling. It doesn't matter. You know, that whole thing started, that stemmed from a joke on one of Cletus's videos concerning the Maverick. Because he did this fake video on a Ford Maverick, and it was actually a Ford Escape that he cut the back off of, and he spray painted Maverick and spelled it wrong on purpose on the back, right? It was honestly a funny video, but there's this guy that said, "Hey, this is you know trash vehicle content," and you know he just said, "Oh, subscribe for more trash vehicle content," right? And it was kind of funny, and then he's been owning this since, and I found it kind of funny, but I think he's taking it too far. Oh crap. Okay, I need to unplug my phone here. My phone is starting to overheat on the dash, so I might have to move this. I might just have to hold it for a minute. Holy crap! Yeah, that is hot. But yeah, just try and keep it out of the sunlight for now. Oh god. Can I put it? Actually, can I put it somewhere else, like down here maybe? Fit. No, that doesn't work. Yeah, okay, fine. I'll just hold it. It's fine. I'll just recline. There. You can see me reclined. How about that? Ah.